Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dragon's Dogma. Dark Arisen. So Sky's all creepy. After that brief update video last time, you should know kind of what happened. We were in New Game Plus mode, and I'm not near the Everfall, which seems kind of odd. We're actually going to finish off the Dragon, which we can now access since this is New Game Plus that we're in right now. Here in Cassardus, there is a creepy purple riftstone thing, also known as a riftstone. This will take us straight to the Chamber of Lament to fight the Dragon, and you can do this at any point during a New Game Plus run. So whenever you want, you can come in here and fight the Dragon. No, this is just going to be another offline kill of the Dragon. Still don't feel confident enough to play against the online version. Especially so far after the game's launch date, because people have had a long time to kill the Dragon. I think it's like generation 400 or something. Not sure if I've talked about the Dragon, the online version. When you fight him online, it's kind of a shared Dragon, so everybody who fights him online will see the same, like, crazy amount of health that the Dragon has. And everybody will be chipping away at it, and then when somebody manages to kill it, everybody has kind of a grab bag where it shows up with that minimal amount of health in everybody's game. And everybody who kills it gets like a super crazy, amazing, awesome, sweet set of rewards. I have never actually managed to be involved in that. I've never managed to have the timing just right so I can kill the online Dragon, though I've tried a couple times back when Dragon's Dogma first came out. Alright, so we're killing this guy. As you can see, he's almost dead. His health is very low. And then after this, we will go turn in the 20 wake stones, 20 wake stones. No shards. We get full wake stones here. We will go turn those in the Everfall and continue the little storyline thing that leads to. I think I just might need to try to grab his tail, which is always one of the trickiest parts to deal with, because he can stick his tail off the map into places where you can't actually reach it. Not to mention it's like clipping through the ground and all sorts of crap like that. I don't think I'm hitting the right part of the tail. I think I have to go down more.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
Yeah, working my way down. Got to get down to the very tip of the tail. I don't have my super amazing climbing gloves anymore. Also, we're up against the wall, so let's hope that this works. Looks like it's not doing any damage to him. Dang it! Are we close enough now? No, we're still not at the end yet. See, I wish that he were not here. If he were in an area... Oh, this is so frustrating. If he were further, like, out in the level and not backed up against the floor like this, or against the wall, I mean, then it wouldn't be an issue. And if I could get out there and, like, actually grab his stupid tail, this would be a really easy fight. No, he's gonna be a jerk.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
Oh, come on. No, stop chasing me. Deal with my pawns, that's what they're there for.
Take the offensive!
Seriously? Come on, Dragon. This is what we were doing last time, which is why I didn't kill them all in one go. Him and his stupid tail. Alright, let's use Harspud sauce and probably Harspud juice just to get some extra stamina when we recover our HP there.
Scale it and strike from above! Now, Master! Aim for it hard!
I mean, we're getting there. This'll kill him eventually. This Hunter's Bolt thing here that I'm using is light elemental, so it will... or holy elemental. Whatever it's called. You know what I mean. It's the thing that he's weak to. Okay. Charging up your big ol' blast. Can I get to your tail? No. Oh man, you're a jerk, Dragon.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
I don't want to use like an actual stamina recovery item. Oh boy. Will you go attack my pawns? Like, that's the only reason I have them here.
I'll scale it and strike from above!
Come on. Oh, and then Lucy's dying. Oh, and then I'm out of stamina again. Alright, let's save Lucy. We'll use it to the Hearthspud sauce. I have a ton of these things. For very good reason. Come on. Can we just kill the dumb thing, please?
Come on, up you go.
Come on, one more hit. There we go. Sheesh, that was way tougher than it should have been. Okay. So, Dragon is down. We're going to get our treasure. Yes, thank you, cutscene. It's going to show us that there's a bunch of wake stones sitting in there waiting for us. I don't really know why I'm grabbing those. I don't need them. Money's not really a thing that I care about anymore. And all that really does is lead to inventory management. Again! Alright, that's much better. So we're going to load up on wake stones here, and then we're going to go see what's going on. So as a bit of a recap, since for myself as much as for any readers, good grief, viewers, listeners, watchers, people, other people, as a bit of a reminder, here in the Everfall, there is an NPC, a former pawn. I did not mean to talk to you. Get out of my way. There is a former pawn who's chilling out there. Oh, there's a lot of them. We've encountered many, many former pawns. And they're all hanging around in the Everfall. And one in particular said that her master somehow discovered that these wake stones were needed, 20 of them. And that they were very, very, very important to have. So, the Arisen, I don't need all of these. And I will give that to Lucy, I guess. The Arisen commanded her pawn, you know, help me find these wake stones. We need 20 of them. But then the Arisen died before she could finish that quest, before she could get all 20 of them. But her will was so strong, and that's kind of the prevailing theme here in the Everfall. The will of the Arisen was so strong that that pawn has stayed there for, you know, what must be getting close to eternity at this point, trying to find these wake stones, and being unable to do so on her own. And so this pawn has been telling any other Arisen that show up here, because this kind of is a nexus that links all the different worlds. Also, we could have taken the much easier route to get here, I just realized. Although she's been telling everybody, hey, we need to find 20 wake stones. That is important for some reason. I think I missed that first floor. Dang it. So that's how we ended up getting this quest. Yeah, this is the wrong floor. Son of a gun. Anxiety. Yeah, not where I want to be. Alright, well, we're gonna make the loop then. So So we do have 20 wake stones now. We're going to turn those in and we're going to see what the deal is. Like, what is going on here? What's up with the dragon, who is kind of cyclical and shows up for Arisen's generation after generation. The Duke was originally an Arisen. If you recall, when the Duke encountered his dragon, he sacrificed his loved one, his wife, who may have also been his pawn. He sacrificed her to the dragon, and in return the dragon left and granted the Duke immortality and power and the kingdom and all of that stuff. And then the dragon showed up again, and we fought the dragon, we killed the dragon, causing the Duke's immortality to end, and so he kind of like rapidly aged to catch up with what his age should be, and then he went nuts and he attacked us. He thought that we made a deal with the dragon also, although we did not. And the dragon talked about like a lot about finding the truth of things and the cycle of time, and you know, that there's so much more, and that it's not often that Arisens kill their dragons. They usually make the deal or they lose the battle.
Yes, at last.
Anyway.
At last you've gathered the whole of them.
That was a lot of exposition, I apologize, but that's just kind of catching up with where we're at in the story.
With them, you can summon forth a rift of considerable power. This rift, born of the Wakestone's power, will guide you forward, Arisen. I fear there will be no returning to this place. Are you prepared to journey on? End this, Arisen. May the world be put right by your hand.
Cool, so we're going to open a rift of some sort. All of these wake stones. Which of course entails a nifty little cutscene here. Alright.
We'll find the truth below. We must jump.
And indeed, we shall jump.
We'll find the truth below.
Okay, you all say the same
We must
thing.
jump.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what awaits us in this crazy new rift thing. The Seneschal's Chamber. Now, this is going to be slightly different because I'm here in New Game Plus as opposed to what it would be in just the first game through, the first playthrough. However, I like the New Game Plus version a lot better. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment.
Well met, Arisen. I'll not waste time on rhetoric. Defeat me, and take my place as keeper of this world. You saw it awaiting you at the end of your descent. Aye, the same world you've traveled to arrive at this place. A world you may well now inherit. It is a simple proposition, no different than any you've faced. You need only the will to claim what is offered you. The will to survive. Yes, fight, Arisen, as you e'er have fought in coming here. What is it that impels you? What force spurs you on?
We're going to let this dialogue play out a little bit.
Sustained your wanderings and led you here. I ask you, what is it that makes you alive? 'Tis volition, unbending will. You are here because you willed it, Arisen. That alone has brought you here.
Okay, I think we're done now. How easy are you to kill? Yeah, this is not intended to be a tough fight. It's just intended to kind of wrap up the story.
Consider the infinite potential. Just as you call forth pawns, so I command all life into existence. Call it divine creation if you must, but expect none of the mercy men seek in their gods. This is cold truth, the unbending reality of a world without compassion. The world and all its denizens are but empty vessels. In that regard, no different than the pawns. Without volition, there is no true life. The world falls stagnant, dead as an ocean with no current to guide it. That volition is tempered by the struggle for survival. The decision, just like yours, to fight. Just as the pawns need a master's command, so the world thirsts for the will to live.
Let us continue, Arisen. Show that you are more than an empty vessel, animated by forces unseen. Show that the temper of your soul is strong enough to command far more than mere pawns. Show that your will is fit to bind the fraying circle of this world and hold it fast. Fight tooth and claw, struggle now and cling to life. Show that living holds worth enough to fight for.
Also, how cool is this place where we're fighting? The Seneschal's chamber here. Let's see if we can just immolate you to death. That's a... almost. Who is the seneschal?
It is time to decide. Will you claim your right as Arisen? Or shrug the burden and seek peace in oblivion? Just so. One foot after the next, come what may. That is what it means to live. Turn back now, and I will grant you a merciful death. The choice is yours, Arisen. Yours alone.
'Tis a simple choice, Arisen. Step forward or retreat. Accept the quiet emptiness of a false peace, of false life.
Well, the seneschal says we have a choice. Let's see what happens if we leave.
Choose peace. That too is a valid fate. Leave now, and you will never again come to see this place. Then you would choose peace.
Alright, yeah, we'll give peace a shot. Sure. I don't feel like killing that seneschal after all. Simple life. You traded your weapon for the quiet company of your fellow villagers. Isn't this nice and peaceful?
Know of a way a girl can earn some quick coin?
It's an odd question to ask me. See how peaceful this is?
Has bested you as well. So be it. Go and seek your peace, your guttering beacon in the churning dark.
And I shall await the coming of the next.
The end. Well, that was a fun Let's Play. Thank you for joining me, everyone. And, I guess we're just gonna let the credits roll here. I'll see you all in my next Let's Play. Just kidding. That is a failure condition. We lose. You are not allowed to seek peace. Luckily, the Chamber of Choice is just right back here. Now, this is going to be an interesting run. Here, I'll show you.
Put an end to it. Praises of the quiet life are sung far too infrequent.
And then all these NPCs are going to try to stop us.
That's a mite harsh, aye? Ever the noble were you.
Now, in this run-through, I did not do all the different side quests for all the different NPCs. Like, I didn't save Eleanor, so she's probably dead. She probably got killed by the Duke, so I don't think she's going to show up. But normally, all the NPCs will show up here. So, like, this is, the Dragon Forged, and is this... Who's that? Salamet? Yes. And you have the same death animation.
You're not without a home to return to.
Oh, Mercedes was my beloved in this run-through. Oh, you have a sword.
My! 'Tis too great an honor for one of my stature.
Why this hesitation, sir? You've aught to protect, do you not? This is your answer, then.
The old Duke. The Elysian.
I would beg you rest a while yet, but just as like you would turn a deaf ear. Instead, I ask only that you keep us in mind now and again.
Oh, it looks like Eleanor is here. Yeah, we learned something. Oh, and then Celine's here too. We haven't met her yet. Oh no, we have met her. We haven't done her quest.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. What else do we have?
He's always so afraid. You seemed ever like to leave for somewhere I could not follow. Caroline has pushed me at the side of those I love. All night. Never rest.
Alright. Let me take control of the world, Seneschal. I want to be the boss.
You are close now. So very close to me.
Come, Arisen. I shall meet you on your own terms, joined by my own companions of old. You stand now at its end, Arisen. See your journey through.
Does that look familiar? Because it should.
Yes, stoke the flame of your will to survive, to be victorious.
One shot.
Your soul in its heat. The forge of my heart grows cold, and the world shivers for it.
Oh, you were a sorcerer.
Know this, Arisen.
Or I was a sorcerer.
It's merciless, cold and empty for all its beauty. It is a fight that knows no end. It repeats upon itself that all the world may repeat with it, and so the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever. It is a fight that knows no end. It repeats upon itself that all the world may repeat with it, and so the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever. It is a fight that knows no end.
You're stuck in a loop with the dialogue. We've already heard this. How do I stop you?
So the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever. It is a fight that knows no end.
Did we break you?
It repeats upon itself that all the world may repeat with it, and so the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever.
I know, we've heard you say that several times now.
It is a fight that
No, why are you looping?
It repeats upon itself that all the world may repeat with it, and so the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever.
Is your dialogue gonna keep looping? Please don't.
It is a fight that knows no
This is
end.
not right.
It repeats upon itself that all the world may repeat with it, and so the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever. It is a fight that knows no end. It repeats upon itself that all the world may repeat with it, and so the cycle continues, forever and ever and ever.
There we go. Not sure why that was so difficult.
Arisen, forgive me. All I've done was to test your will. It is the fate of all Arisen. You and I are swept up in the current, same as the rest. Each tempers the volition of the next, and the endless cycle continues. And so, until the coming of a new soul fit to craft the will to live, someone like you. Until that day, may you guide the world ever justly. I present you with the God's Bane blade. Those who arise to oversee this world are undying, save by this bronze case. I ask that you, as the world's new seneschal, use it now to vouchsafe freedom to your weary servant.
Feels different yet.
So, why are we the previous seneschal and also this player here?
New crowned sovereign and keeper of eternity, grant me now this single boon. The fire of my life is spent and guttering. Give me freedom with the kiss of the God's Bane blade. If there is aught you wish to know before my death, you need but ask.
So we can ask some questions. Let's go through all this dialogue here.
My knowledge, as my all, is yours to take. What would you hear of me?
What is the seneschal?
The seneschal is steward to the world. The world you traveled now rests in your care. Just as the Arisen calls pawns into being and sets them to motion, the seneschal holds dominion over all living things. There are those who would call such a being Maker or God. I cannot deny the claim any more than affirm it. In the end, they are but words. Call it what you will, such is the office I have served, just as those before me and you beyond, unto eternity.
Rifts are but gateways linking distant places.
You can stop talking, Lucy. I'm talking to the seneschal here. How is the world composed?
Pawns exist astride the rift. They speak of a multitude of worlds, each infinite unto itself. Limitless in span and lost to time, these worlds extend in an eternal, perfect loop. Just as a ring lacks start and end, so this world has no origin, no final terminus. If it does, they lie beyond our ken. We are prisoners of unpassing time, wandering an unending land. What lies beyond, we cannot know.
Even we who traversed
New crowned if there is aught you...
Oh, what's next? What is eternity?
Aye, there is life in the world, and with it death. Naught lasts forever. Each rises and falls in its time. But such is a death akin to that of pawns. They appear in this world, then vanish only to appear again, like bubbles in a mountain spring. As so it is with all that lives within this eternal world. In time, you will come to see it happen under your watch as seneschal. Each beast, each blade of grass, each human life is born to die and be born again in endless rhythm.
So that probably explains why there's two of me.
Naught lasts forever, yet all persists unto eternity. New crown, the fire.
Although we could probably find a better explanation for that.
My knowledge, as my all.
What is will?
Is that which led you to this place, and that which turns the eternal wheel of the world. Along the endless string of life and death, there are some born with a hunger. They yearn for some other, better place. They are the Arisen, nascent fountainheads of will. And so the dragon is sent into the world to guide the Arisen, and refine them, to temper their wills into aught capable of sustaining the world. And so the cycle of our world has e'er continued.
This bears the look of
new crowned sovereign.
Okay, I think that's all of our questions, so I think it's God's Bane Blade time. That's kind of tricky to say. Sword time. How about that?
Mourn me not, for I welcome the release.
Goodbye, other me.
At long last, I am free of eternity, of infinity, free of the cruel, unending ring.
We got a ton of experience, too. Hooray! Seneschal! We get to sit on the throne. Live as Seneschal. That is our quest. Live as Seneschal. It is your fate to dwell within the Seneschal's chamber, forever and always. You have become the new Seneschal, keeper of the world. This home shall be yours for eternity. Just out of curiosity, I want to check the chronicle. At last, finally, all is in its place. You have accepted your true fate to become Seneschal, the new sovereign of the world. Eternal life shall be yours upon the throne. Unending days of service, till a new arisen appears to end your reign. That sounds like fun. So, we're gonna sit here and stare at something. A white screen for eternity. Oh, here we go. So we get to invisibly wander around Cassardus. This is cool. We can totally not even, like, talk to people or anything. Can we grab you? We can. So we can be a nuisance. Can we leave? We stop being invisible in Cassardus. What else do we have? Is it Cassardus again, or is it going to be somewhere else, like Grand Soren? Yay, Grand Soren! Which is also all nice and repaired. Yeah, we can just like run through people and stuff. That's kind of weird. Huh. So it's all cheerful and normal again. I wonder if the Duke is back? Oh, back. This is gonna punt us back up to the seneschal's chamber. Let's give it one more sit. Do we cycle just between those two places, or is there more? Just those two. Oh, what if we do Flame Shroud while we're invisible? That's pretty awesome. Oh, I'm a jerk of a seneschal. Alright, well. Looks like we're just going to be doing this for eternity.
Just being at your side fills this pawn with vigor, Arisen.
Yep. Alright. Eternity. Here we come. Just gonna do this forever. Yep. If only we had some way out. Like, I don't know. A magical sword that, that we had been given that could kill the seneschal. So, God's Bane, an almighty divine blade received along with your returned heart. We actually got the God's Bane. We actually got this item, the God's Bane blade, when we killed Grigori. We've just had it with us, which is kind of a weird little discontinuity plot hole thing, but not really, not tremendous. Has the power to guide the chosen to true freedom. I think the Arisen may use this. I think now that has another meaning. Guide the chosen to true freedom. I think it's granting us true freedom from this eternal cycle and freedom from just sitting here in this gray, murky, cloudy area for all eternity. So yeah, freedom ho!
Open your eyes!
Which I guess is kind of a disturbing message about suicide. I don't really want to contemplate that. Hooray! Quest complete, though. That's good, right? Right? Hmm. That was kind of odd. Did you see what happened to my pawn, Lucy?
Master! It is you, isn't it? Of course it is, I'm sorry. You just seem changed. But I suppose it isn't you who's different. It's everything else. And you who changed it.
So, I think that's the end now. Felt an odd pride as you plunged the God's Bane into your chest, as if claiming a great victory. Finally, there is an end to your tale. One pen by your own hand, no less. And then a lot more text that you should probably pause the video, go back and read. And credits. So yeah, in my opinion, that's the more interesting ending when you beat the game on New Game Plus. Although the only thing that's different is that it is your character from when you beat it last time. Like the way you were at the end of the first playthrough. On that first playthrough, the seneschal is just some other dude. Just some previous arisen. That's a neat little... I mean, that lends more weight to the entire story of the cycle and that theme. Like, the fact that the seneschal is you. It's you from the previous cycle. And that, I don't know, just a much weightier feeling, because it's your, like, Lucy the pawn, whoever your pawn is, becomes you for the next cycle. Like, now the pawn is the next arisen. I love that. I really like the story here. It's a bit thick at times, but I like the concepts. I like the cycle. I like how even when you finally escape the cycle, you don't. It just keeps going. It just rolls on and continues in spite of you, and in spite of your death. Oh, that's so cool. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of kick back and let the credits roll. I don't know that there's any special cutscene or anything at the end of this. Right now it's kind of mixed in with the credits. It's showing us a bunch of the old pawns that we used. It keeps a memory of a bunch of the pawns that we used throughout the game, which is pretty cool. also like that we're just flipping through a book like this. Cool, so it looks like it's just going to kick us back to the main menu here. Yep. Awesome, well that's it for the main story. I guess next we're going to start... I'm going to go ahead and just start a new game here and blow through all the opening cutscenes and all that stuff. You don't need to watch that, that's not going to... I'm not going to record that stuff. And then we're going to just dive into the Dark Arisen content, the Bitter Black Isle dungeon and all that. It's taking a really long time to check the DLC. So yeah, we've got that ahead of us. I do also want to wrap up the From a Different Sky quests, although that's not too difficult to pick up where we left off. And then I want to do Keena's quest line so that we can get into that hidden area back in the forest, back in the Witchwood. There's some interesting stuff there, including like a very rare enemy that I think we can only fight there, and then maybe on occasion in the Everfall it'll randomly show up in a room or two. So yeah, we've got a little bit of stuff to do. I'm probably just going to mix that in throughout the Bitter Black Isle stuff, because that can get fairly punishing, and I guarantee you there are going to be points where I just need to take a break from that. So I think that'll do nicely. Anyway, you've been watching Dragon's Dogma. Not quite Dark Arisen, not yet, but that is coming. So thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video.